I have an angel on my shoulder, but a devil in my head.
Even though she's formed some friendships, I don't want to say relationships, probably
He's still
not.
getting used to
Friendship
Not
is
the
a
right word.
relationship.
Well,
That's
right,
okay.
thank you, because that's what I say,
okay.
but she's like,
Just
yeah,
like he
but...
can call it a boyfriend, but God forbid I say boyfriend.
Right.
Yeah, right. Okay, double standard, right. I always admit my double standards, yes.
Do you guys know this word compersion? Is that something that you've heard before? It's kind of a newish word. I don't even know that it's...
I don't know that one.
Oh, you don't? Okay, so it's kind of like the opposite of jealousy with the partner. It's where you actually get pleasure from witnessing or hearing about your partner's pleasure with another partner. And so it's one of these emotions that you kind of need in that mix that I sense just shooting out of every pore in your body is compersion. Like I am, loving my wife's experience and it turns me on, and then you guys get back together and it's like a double whammy because boom, it's the whole excitement all over again, and you guys are sharing that.
Right, yeah, absolutely. And she very often says, well, it's about the sex, right? Even though they could form a friendship or a relationship. Yep, right?
Not boyfriend.
But not boyfriend, right? It still is about the sex whenever she gets home, more even than the sex actually with that person, right? And yeah, there may be something to that. There's no doubt about it, because that having actually shared my wife, and then her coming home and talking about that experience is definitely the exciting part. And I can't always say that there's jealousy, but I think.
I disagree with you.
Yeah,
I have a question. Because that takes me back to the Texas guy. She dropped something when she said, well, the Texas guy was my friend. Well, she said, no, maybe I don't think anything. So is there some jealousy with the Texas guy?
Oh my God, yes.
Notice I couldn't even get a word in there.
Wait. He's flying up in October and he's like, you're going to go see him for 2 days? I'm like, it's not a full 24 hours. It's literally like maybe 12. And he's like, so you're not going to be here? You're not going to be here at all?
Right.
You're going to be with him from Saturday until he leaves on Tuesday. No, it's not like that.
Right. And
did you text him that?
What is different about the Texas guy? Like, why is that where you get those
again, a great
emotions?
point that you're bringing up. I think I never have
You've read messages that he hasn't liked.
Right. And she does it very good. We communicate very well 90% of the time. And if we don't communicate well, yes, it's probably me that's not communicating well. But and she's very open. You can go and read anything anytime.
You guys have an open phone policy, right?
Absolutely, because you have to when you're doing this, right? Trust is like the biggest thing.
I miss you. Well, what am I supposed to say? Sorry, I don't miss you. I don't want to see you in October. So I say, hey, miss you too. Can't wait to see you in October.
Of course.
You can't wait to see him. You never say that to me.
And so it's like,
I work with
it's like,
you.
and I get the point, right? She's like, I don't ever have time to miss you because we're together all the time, which is a great thing. It's a great dynamic of ours. A lot of husbands and wives are like, you work together. Like I would probably not be here talking to you if I had to work with my husband or wife, because I would be in jail for murder. But we're like, it's I couldn't imagine working with anybody else. And we've done it many times over the years.
Well,
but I think that it's to go back to that point of what is it about the Texas guy? And I know she's probably.
Oh, let me hear you. Let's hear your side.
But anyways,
what is different about the Texas guy?
I think the difference is that once it becomes a multiple thing and it kind of builds as opposed to that one time.
I met the guy one night and I wasn't going to go back. And he said, go get ready and you can go back the next night. And you begged me to go back the second night.
Yeah, because she was like, I'm not, I got shit to do, and kids got stuff going on, and I'm like, no,
I got
go.
off work and I was in scrubs.
But how about the fact that this guy is flying from Texas to see you?
He's doing other stuff while he's here,
yes,
so
okay.
Yeah,
it was the main reason he's coming.
Was he like a fan for the site, or was he someone you found, or was he someone that how did the Texas guy come to be?
Right,
I found him.
Okay, so was that the problem? Was that she found him?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it was the dynamic of I really, kind of wasn't involved in that, and so.
And if you talk to him on the phone, it's, well, what are you talking about? He found out.
Right,
I was
because I'm
on the
like, what
phone
the hell
for
do you talk about?
an
Like, if
hour. I was on the phone with him. What in God's creation did you talk about for an hour?
Texas,
What?
barbecue. I'm sorry.
right? Yeah, I don't know if it's the whole. I spent a lot of time thinking about this recently because it is recently. It's been kind of a core of some of our disagreements and all, and so I always like to sit and evaluate that because, like, where are my issues with this? And again, I don't know if it's because this is kind of a longer term thing and more than just, hey, I'm going out to get some for a night and I'm back and that guy, yeah, you may go see him again, but not a big thing.
Fly to Texas yet?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Or if it's because this has become a little bit more of a relationship, and I hold because we have such a close knit relationship and such a unique thing emotionally and physically and all that. I know she's going to come home to me. I know that this guy isn't going to, rock her world in the same way that I do. And, that's not somebody that you have to deal with all the real life things, kids and family and all that. And we're totally tied with that. And so I know I'm not worried about that part of it.
Sure, but she's out there having fun. So, like,
right.
Do you think that maybe sometimes you'd feel a little less jealous if you met a girl from Texas?
Right. Yeah, there's something about everything's bigger in Texas, right? As they say, right? It's a good point. Again, because women, as we know, women are a lot harder to find. Okay, we brought up the term unicorns when we were talking prior to the show and all that, and I think there's got to be something more rare than unicorns because trying to find women like that, or like a Lisa, is very difficult to find. Even for her, I mean, Lisa being bisexual, it is hard as hell to find a girl to play with.
I find that interesting. Go ahead, because
just in the mainstream world, and maybe some of that, maybe we're not looking in the right place, and maybe we haven't put ourselves out there enough and things like that. Yeah, we can definitely bring that into the mix in the conversation because a lot of that is probably true. Or a woman that would be willing to come and play with the both of us, have a threesome, whereas you can find a guy like instantly.
I mean, you did just
Lisa.
last week.
Yeah,
just saying.
Exactly.
I want to get to the threesome.
Oh, yes, you do.
But so here's Ryan, and he's wingman for you. Are you ever like, hey, girlfriend, like how about are you interested in my husband? He's like a good fuck.
I have an angel on my shoulder, but a devil in my head.